Tomorrow night, the superstars of Monday Night Raw will gather live at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California, the city of angels, for the Raw exclusive pay-per-view, No Mercy. Hello, friends, and welcome to the special edition of Ridiculously Raw, our preview of the Monday Night Raw exclusive pay-per-view slash WWE Network special, No Mercy. Um, I am your ridiculously over good brother, Anthony Florio here, joined, of course, as always, by my partner in crime in the Raw chat, the phenom, Michael Bullock. I'm not sure if the first lady of the wrestling phone, the Twisted Angel, Dee Woodson, is going to be joining us. We'll see what's going on with that. But I do know good old MF Michael Fletcher will not be joining us because he had plans and other things beyond his control. But he will be with us for the recap tomorrow night. So that's that. So one piece of business to get into. They added a kickoff show match, and we're not going to get into it because it's a B pay-per-view. We don't get into kickoff show matches. It's going to be Apollo Crews squaring off against Elias, in case any of you are interested. So that's the kickoff match. So no need to worry about that. So with that being said, let's dive right on into the main card of No Mercy. 7 matches on it, and we're going to start it off with the Cruiserweight Championship on the line. Champion Adrian Neville defending the title against Enzo Amore. Despite the fact that Amore has spent the majority of the summer as a Raw punchline, absorbing one beating after another from former teammate Big Cass, he received the Rocket Pack push to the top of the Cruiserweight division. That hasn't been a bad thing, however, and WWE has done well to prepare an actual story to explain how Amore, through smarts and cheating, has been able to cut the line to a title shot. Considering what the presence of the realest guy in the room can do for ratings on 205 Live, I wouldn't be surprised if Enzo Amore actually wins the title here. So I'm actually going to pull the trigger. I'm going to say Enzo Amore wins and becomes your new Cruiserweight champion. I think they want to make him the next face of 205 Live, and if that's the case, hopefully they will do something bigger and better with Neville on the main roster. So, I wouldn't be surprised if Neville wins, but I don't know. I just got this feeling it's got to be. I think Enzo's going to win this thing. Why would they push him all this time to only to have him lose? So, I know a lot of people may not like it. I know he's got a lot of heat on him anyway, but I got this weird feeling he's going to win this thing. So, and of course, he won it in a fatal 5-way elimination match on a recent 205 Live, where he was basically an ultimate opportunist. He took advantage. Cedric Alexander was the real star of that match. He eliminated the other 3 guys in the match, and then Enzo backdoored his way into the win, and he's the new toy on 205 Live. So it would not surprise me at all if WWE actually puts the belt on him. And that's probably why they had Neville go take the belt back from Tozawa at SummerSlam. So that's really all I can say on that. So should be a solid match at best. So winner and new Cruiserweight champion, it's Enzo Amore. I think it's got to be Enzo. So with that being said, Michael Bullock, come on in. Let's get your thoughts on the Cruiserweight Championship match. Adrian Neville, does his reign continue, or do you agree with my theory that WWE is going to put the strap on Enzo, seeing that he's the new toy on 205 Live?
Yeah, and I'm also getting the strange feeling, too, that I think Enzo Amore is going to win. Like you said, they officially made him a member of the Cruiserweight roster, and they've been pushing this guy, and if that's the case, I'm going to agree with you, Florio, and I'm going to go with Enzo Amore here. Like you just basically said, why would you push Enzo Amore and then all of a sudden just to have him lose to Neville? And I think they're really going to make him the new face of the Cruiserweight division. So I believe it's going to happen. Would I be surprised if Neville retains the Cruiserweight title? No, I wouldn't be surprised, but I agree with you. I gotta go with Enzo Amore to win this and become the new cruiserweight champion. I know he's getting a lot of heat for a lot of stuff that's been going on backstage. So, I mean, I know I'm probably gonna, you and I, Florio, we're probably gonna get criticized for this, but you know what? I mean, we're all entitled to our own opinion, but you know what? I don't care. I'm sticking to my guns and going with Enzo Amore as the new cruiserweight champion. So nothing else. And then basically, what's next for Neville? I mean, do they actually like have him maybe challenge maybe for a secondary belt on Monday Night Raw, maybe the Intercontinental title or something else? I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see. So yeah, there's really nothing more for me to say. So let's move on to our next match, Florio, which I will lead off on.
Indeed, you will, and it's going. And we're gonna have a lot of fun with this one. The Raw Tag Team Championship on the line. The champions, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, defending against the challengers and former two-time Raw Tag Team champions, Cesaro and Sheamus, invoking their rematch clause. Because this is a return match from the unbelievably epic match they had at SummerSlam. And Michael Bullock, I mean, we agreed that when we did our SummerSlam review, we said that Raw stole the show, and this was one of the reasons why. And I wouldn't be surprised if they steal the show again.
Yeah, I mean, after what we saw when these two went at it at SummerSlam, I mean, I think to me, this is going to be the sleeper fight of the night on this No Mercy pay-per-view / WWE Network special. I mean, these two teams have been going at it, and culminated with Ambrose and Rollins becoming the new Raw Tag Team Champions, and ever since then it's been back and forth between the two teams, and to me, I mean, taking the titles off of Ambrose and Rollins would be, I mean, it'd be way too soon to take it off of them since they just won it at SummerSlam, and I mean, plus Cesaro and Sheamus have already had a run with the Raw Tag Team titles 2 times, and so basically, I'm gonna go with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins to come out still the Raw Tag Team Champions, and here's another a theory. I mean, I think they want to keep the Raw Tag Team titles on them because, and I'm pretty sure you saw this on one of their, I think it was Seth Rollins' Facebook page, and there was a video of them calling out the Usos. Why do I get this feeling? I mean, and we know that it's going to be the Usos and the New Day for the SmackDown Tag Team titles at Hell in a Cell. I'm getting this feeling that, and I know this is way too soon to talk about it, but I get this feeling the Usos are going to retain the tag team titles or regain the titles, setting up a Raw Tag Team Champions versus SmackDown Tag Team Champions match at the Survivor Series because before then the Usos and Ambrose and Rollins have been exchanging words of who the best tag team on their respective shows. So I think if WWE is going to do that at Survivor Series, I think it only makes sense to have Ambrose and Rollins hold on to the belts. So winners and still Raw Tag Team Champions, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Florio, it's yours.
I agree. I got Ambrose and Rollins retaining as well. Sheamus and Cesaro, I mean, we all know everybody has bought into them. I mean, they're a tremendous pairing, and let's be candid, their entrance is one of the best in the WWE today. Still, flipping the titles back to them would be a mistake at this point. Raw has absolutely nothing for Ambrose and Rollins right now in singles action. Ambrose, I think, will eventually turn heel on Rollins, and the two will run a program maybe at WrestleMania 34. For now, the reunion is doing tremendous business, and they look tremendous together in the ring. And while WWE did right to reunite 2/3 of the Shield and instantly put the Raw Tag Team belts on them at SummerSlam, their first month as champions has been muddled with too many multi-team matches. It's too soon to have Ambrose or Rollins turn on the other again. Because of that, I think the champs retain. I got Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins successfully defending the Raw Tag Team Championship in what will unquestionably be Another exciting match. I mean, we thought the SummerSlam match was amazing. This one could be just as good, if not better. So, Ambrose and Rollins still the Raw Tag Team Champions.
What about well, before you move on, Florio, what about your thoughts on what?
Yes, let me get into that. Let me get into your theory. I 100% agree with you. I've seen the videos of the house shows where Seth Rollins took a shot at the Usos and then the Usos rebutted. Yes, I can definitely see that happening. I don't think it's going to be a unification match because I think it's too soon to do any unification matches.
Yeah, I just basically think it's just going to be a Raw Tag Team Champions against the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. It's just a simple tag team match.
Or they could do that tag team elimination match at Survivor Series, the traditional one. You remember what we saw last year? The one where Sheamus and Cesaro led Team Raw to victory, which I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, I swear the Raw tag teams were better.
I would be surprised with that either, but to me, I mean, with it basically just the two teams calling each other out, I think it's just going to basically be a simple tag team match.
They could do that. They could do that, but there's a part of me that thinks they're going to go with the traditional route.
I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't happen. I mean, if that happens, but I just get the feeling they're going to go the normal tag team way to prove who the better
tag team, who the superior tag team is. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
So I'll go with that. I'll give you that 100%. So, but we have to wait and see first before anything. Let's get to our next match. Finn Balor against Bray Wyatt. WWE's booking of Bray Wyatt has been horrid. We all know this. The only reason to run back this match is to have Wyatt go over and continue the program for one more month, with Balor eventually getting over Wyatt without the makeup. The storyline concept is completely out of order. Wyatt should have beaten Balor without the makeup. Balor then wins as the Demon, and Balor wins again as himself. I have zero interest in this match, despite liking both wrestlers. That's a big problem, no doubt about that. The creepy promos and detailed storytelling on Raw throughout this feud has been the strong. The match quality, on the other hand, not so much. It's time for this program to get a real shot in the arm with a swerve or a big reveal in the setup of man versus man, with Balor leaving his demon alter ego behind. Could be the opening for Wyatt to not just win, but seduce Balor to the dark side for a stretch. So I'm going with Bray Wyatt to win this match. So, Michael Bullock, your thoughts?
You're forgetting one thing, Florio. I mean, they're not only making Bray Wyatt look horrible, but they're also making Finn Balor look horrible as well.
Yep, good point. Good point. I'll give you that.
Finn Balor had a long run as NXT champion and then was the first Universal champion. And then I think after that injury that he suffered the night after SummerSlam last year, he just hasn't been the same. But I'm not blaming it on him. I'm blaming it on the booking department team. Because, I mean, this guy is so good, and they're making him look like a freaking tool, for goodness sakes. I mean, come on, WWE. Why are you not only treating Bray Wyatt like he's a tool, but why are you doing the same thing to a guy like Finn Balor, for goodness sakes? I mean, I got a huge problem with that. And Florio, I know that pisses you off as well. I mean, two guys who we both were so high on, and they're making them look like idiots. I'm sorry, and I hate to say this, but I got to agree with you. I have zero interest in this match as well. So, but because Finn Balor won it at SummerSlam, of course, as the Demon King, I got to go with Bray Wyatt too. And somehow this feud's going to continue on. So, nothing else for me to say. In my quote unquote mini rant. So, nothing else for me to say. Let's just move on to the next match, Florio, before I really go off.
Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship on the line. The Miz defending against Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan, of course, winning a six-pack challenge on Monday Night Raw in the main event last Monday night against the Hardys, Elias, Bo Dallas, and Curtis Axel. So, all right, Bullock, does the Awesome One's reign continue, or is WWE actually going to put the strap on Jason Jordan? Could happen.
Nah, I think the Miz is going to retain the Intercontinental Championship. I mean, they're obviously liking what they see from the Miz. I mean, he's a dominant heel right now. His promos has been awesome. when he goes on these tirades, especially going after Kurt Angle. But the one that really, the promo that really I really thought he did good on was the surprise promo with him and Enzo Amore. I mean, that was the one that, I mean, the way with the two of them going back and forth. So, I mean, Jason Jordan, I mean, since being added to the Raw roster as a singles guy, I mean, he's been booked not too good, if I'm going to be quite honest. And so, I don't think it, I mean, I think eventually he'll be an Intercontinental Champion, but now's not the time. So, winner and still Intercontinental Champion, The Miz. Florio, it's yours.
Yeah, it's Miz as well. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm finally buying into Jason Jordan as a singles competitor and potential future star, despite me still being upset that they split up American Alpha. That said, it is too early to give him the strap. While I would not be upset at a title change, I think it's more likely that The Miz wins due to outside interference and they go at it once more, with Jordan eventually prevailing. Otherwise, if he does not eventually come out on top in this feud, it will be all for naught. For as predictable as Jordan's insertion into this title match has been handled, the attention to detail in the storyline has been refreshing. There have been plenty of teases, not just for a possible Jordan heel turn down the road, but tension between he and his storyline father, Raw General Manager Kurt Angle. There have also been seeds planted between Angle and The Miz. One gets the feeling Jordan's push will end up being a big one from WWE, with Miz serving as the perfect heel foil. But it's too early in the story for the belt to change hands. So I agree with you, Bullock. I got The Miz successfully defending the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. Fatal 5-Way for the Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss defending against Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, Emma, and Bayley. Sasha Banks, of course, invoking her return match from SummerSlam. Well, actually, she won the title at SummerSlam, and then Alexa Bliss won it back on a Monday Night Raw. But Sasha, nonetheless, is invoking her rematch clause. Nia Jax and Emma earned their way into the match by winning a tag team match against Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks. And then Bayley was added to the match after her return last week from shoulder injury. So,
that one basically got Fletcher all pissed off.
Yes, MF went on a Facebook post saying, "Why is Bayley getting a title shot?" Well, it's very simple. She was supposed to have one at SummerSlam, and the shoulder injury prevented her from getting that. She injured her shoulder in a match against Nia Jax, and she had to undergo surgery, I believe, and that's why they did the Sasha angle.
And that's why. I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. We both like Fletcher, but this is one rant we disagree with him on.
Absolutely. So that's all I can say on that. So, all right. The additions of Jax and Emma to the match in recent weeks added more excitement and possibilities to the outcome. But the last-minute add of a returning Bayley from injury kind of felt largely anticlimactic. While it feels like it might be Jax's turn to get her shot with the belt, the fact that it has been traded so often this calendar year has nothing but watered it down. Similar to the men's Fatal 4-Way bout that headlined SummerSlam, where it was easy to make a case for everyone in the match winning. Look for the result to instead be simple, with the champion retaining. I mean, some people hated Jax and Emma being added to this match for kayfabe reasons, because Banks never received a legitimate rematch after losing the championship. And others, including MF, hate that Bayley was seemingly brought back from her injury at the 11th hour and added to this match despite having no grounds for the opportunity. But the one thing I personally hate is that the women's championship has been a major hot potato lately. I mean, I love Jax and Emma being in this match because it means the title picture is at least going to be mixed up a bit, fresh matches. As such, I have Jax going over Emma. Eventually, but and it would create an immediate feud with Bliss. I mean, one could assume Banks could turn heel after Bayley cost her the chance to win the match, making two major storylines out of one match. Banks would then be positioned to go up against Jax or Bliss at major pay-per-views in 2017. So, well, there's only one left, and that's the Survivor Series, but I think they're going to do that traditional match with the Raw women again and the SmackDown women. But it's tough to call. It's definitely between Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. But I just got this feeling that you know they're still predictable. You know they want to keep they want to keep it on Alexa. But eventually there will be an Alexa and Nia program down the road. I've read dirt sheets saying that they want to do Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax down the line. So, but we'll see. We'll see. But I'm gonna go with my gut here. I gotta go with Alexa Bliss. My heart's telling me Nia Jax, but I gotta go with Alexa Bliss for now. I mean, that's the only way it can go. So, with that being said, Michael Bullock, your thoughts on this Fatal 5-Way?
I actually disagree with you, Florio. I'm actually going to pull the trigger, and I'm going to go with Nia Jax to become the new Raw Women's Champion. I mean, I think this is her. I think this is the time. I mean, she's been on the main roster for over a year now, and I mean, I think it's time that they. I mean, we've seen how dominant she's been, and I think it's all going to culminate Sunday night with her winning the Raw Women's title. So, yeah, I mean, would I be surprised if Alexa Bliss retains? No, I wouldn't be. But I just think this is Nia Jax's time. I just get this feeling inside me, and I know some people are upset. I mean, including our own Michael Fletcher, who thinks, I mean, oh, what did Bayley do to deserve to be in there? But well, since he's not here, I'm going to answer this question. She got hurt and never got her actual one-on-one title match at SummerSlam against Alexa Bliss. And the same thing to all the other haters of the IWC who are upset about this as well. So, I mean, hey, if you want to rip me on this, go right ahead. I don't care. I mean, and you remember the stern warning from Michael Fletcher. He said if Nia Jax or Emma don't win the title, he's going to go on a major Mikey rant during our recap. I mean, you heard that same thing too, didn't you, Florio?
Yeah, because I want to see change in the Raw Women's division. I don't want to see the same old stuff. I just want to see
I mean, he doesn't want to see Alexa Bliss retain the title or have Sasha or Bayley win the title again when they've already won it.
I personally want to see either Nia or Emma win it, honestly. But Nia right now, I think, is the one in position to be.
And that's why I'm pulling the trigger on it. So once again, winner and new Raw Women's Champion, Nia Jax. So let's just move on, Florio.
Yeah, a lot to get into indeed. I know we're all gonna have a lot to say on that tomorrow night on the recap. Trust me on that. You ready for the double main event?
Oh.
And it's only fitting we both get to start off on one, but you get to start off on this one, Bullock. What a match we got here. Nothing left to say except the two most polarizing figures in WWE and professional wrestling today: John Cena, Roman Reigns. Oh boy, is the IWC gonna crap all over this?
Yeah, all I can say is the IWC. I mean, boy, Florio, do you really think they're happy to see these two go at it?
Oh no, indeed not. And it's
Yeah.
Los Angeles. It's the Staples Center. That's become an IWC town lately.
Oh, and when both of them come out, I think this is one time they want to see at least a double disqualification where they'll say the true winners are the IWC.
Yeah, and don't forget, you know what's going to happen. John Cena sucks.
And then, of course, Roman Reigns comes out. Ooh. Ooh. But anyways, I think this is going to be a great match. I mean, the build for this match has been spot on. I mean, the verbal exchange between the two it's become personal. I mean, it all started, of course, when John Cena, of course, came to Monday Night Raw the night after SummerSlam, and he immediately called out the big dog. And boy, oh boy, those verbal exchanges between the two. Ooh, I mean, I've enjoyed it. So, I mean, I think this is going to be a good match. So, who do I see winning this one? Wow, that's a tough one. But I'm gonna say, and I mean, I hope I'm wrong on this. I'm gonna say, John Cena's gonna win this one because you know the whole thing. Super Cena will reign supreme again. But But hold on. Here's a catch. I think after the match, and Florio, you know where I'm going with this. You've heard the
Yes,
rumors.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going with this.
You've heard the rumors that there's a possibility after the match. Yep, that's correct, Florio. You'll hear the famous boom. And who will show up? None other than The Undertaker. Because there are rumors going about that they want to do at Survivor Series John Cena versus The Undertaker. They've been wanting to do this match for a long time. And what better way to start a build than to have The Undertaker show up and of course maybe choke slam John Cena, and then just for good measures, maybe to get a little payback for what happened at WrestleMania. Maybe there'll be a choke slam for Roman Reigns. So maybe the IWC will get that that moment that they want to see. So John Cena wins the match, and folks, I'm going to say right now, and I think you could book it. I think it's going to be John Cena and The Undertaker at Survivor Series. So nothing else to say. Florio, it's yours.
All right. No matter the outcome, the result of this match will be advancing Reigns' storyline as he approaches the WrestleMania 34 main event. And no matter the desired storyline, the best way to achieve it will be with Cena going over Reigns clean. That presents the possibilities of a legitimate heel turn, a humbled and sympathetic face angle, or even simply Reigns wanting immediate revenge and continuing the program for another month or two. No matter the plans, the outcome's the same. It remains uncertain exactly why WWE has rolled out this quote-unquote dream match feud in September rather than save for a future WrestleMania. That's not to say that we are complaining. However, as the 4-week build of Trash Talk has been absolutely incredible. Reigns continues to grow on the microphone, getting to work across such a legend in Cena, but it feels too premature to assume a passing of the torch moment will happen at a transitional pay-per-view of No Mercy. Because of that, look for a schmaz finish with Cena taking round 1. So I agree with you, Bullock. I got John Cena winning this match as well. And I'll even go as far as to say I think this is going to be the fight of the night. I think this is going to steal the show. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being a 5-star classic. That's how good I think this can be. Because I know there's going to be a lot of Shakespearean drama in this. There's going to be a lot of great near falls. So, but I'm going with John Cena to win this. All right, Bullock, here we go. This is the match we're waiting for. This is the reason, the main reason why Michael Bullock and I are going to tune into this pay-per-view tomorrow night. For the WWE Universal Championship, the champion Brock Lesnar defending the title against the number one contender and our man, the monster among men, Braun Strowman. Oh, yeah, man. If there was ever a match promising a car wreck of physicality, violence, and maybe even a hard way or two, it's this one between WWE's two most dominant big men. But with Brock Lesnar still performing on just a part-time basis, it lends credence to the idea that now might be a good time to remove the Universal Championship he won at WrestleMania from his waist. Strowman's build has been handled with brilliance by WWE up to this point. Whether or not WWE chooses to use a kayfabe injury to protect Lesnar, it's time to give Strowman a clean championship win to find out how big his drawing power truly is. I mean, what else is there to say? This is going to be a man fight if there ever was one. This is going to be hella fun. And this is the main reason why, don't get me wrong, we're gonna watch the pay-per-view anyway. But this is the match that out of all the matches on this card, this is the match that Bullock and I have the most vested interest in because we have both become such huge fans of Braun Strowman. And I'm gonna say it again here on this show. Tomorrow night, I say he's gonna win it. I say he's gonna do it. And when he does, Michael Bullock and I are gonna let out the biggest roar of all time. Get ready, because you know it's gonna happen. I know there are all those people saying, "Oh, Lesnar's going to retain," and yada yada, and all that good stuff,
including our own Michael Fletcher.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if Strowman goes over Lesnar
here, because the thing for you, I mean, he was the one that first said, well, he thinks Strowman was going to win the title, but then he said because of how they've been pushing Strowman, that caused him for concern.
Well, there's definitely cause for concern, absolutely. But I just got this feeling. I mean, if Strowman goes over Lesnar here, he will eventually have to lose the title clean to Lesnar in a few months, unless WWE has switched its plans for WrestleMania 34, and that rumored main event with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns is what we're getting. And the best way to get there is for Lesnar to hold the strap uninterrupted until then. I mean, we saw the BS Canelo Alvarez, Gennady Golovkin decision last week that the money is in the rematch, and there will definitely be a rematch. There could be a double countout finish or a draw type finish that could lead to a rematch at TLC, maybe in a TLC match. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. But one thing is for sure. You can't change my mind. You can't change Bullock's mind. We're definitely in agreement on this. This is what we've had for the last ever since this match was announced a month or so ago. And we said it then, and we're gonna say it again here and now. The winner of the match and the new WWE Universal Champion, the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman. Raw. Ain't that right, Bullock?
Yeah, damn right, Florio. I know some people are concerned with the way Strowman's been pushed that it's going to lead them to believe that, it's going to lead to Brock Lesnar retaining the Universal title. I get that, but I agree with Florio. You're not going to change our minds on this one. We both said it, and we're sticking to it. So there's nothing else to say. But winner and new Universal Champion, the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman. Roar!
Oh yeah.
Now believe that.
Believe that. Darn tootin'.
And if anybody has a problem with us going with Braun Strowman becoming the new Universal Champion, I dare you to call us out, because I don't care, because we'll have one simple response. And what's that response, Florio?
Roar! Yeah, man. That's it. So, how are we feeling about this event tomorrow night, boy? Before we wrap up,
I think this could be a solid edition of No Mercy here. I'm thinking maybe 7 out of 10, and the only reason why, because the two matches that are I think everybody's looking forward to, John Cena and Roman Reigns, and that Universal title match. I mean, well, there's another match that I think will steal the show, and that's that Raw Tag Team title match. But as far as the other matches go, not really sold on it. So, nothing else to say. I think it's going to be a 7 out of 10.
I think it's a 7. I think it's maybe 7.5 to 8 out of 10. Because those three matches are going to deliver in one way or another. I think Cena and Reigns is going to be the fight of the night. I think the Raw Tag Team Championship is probably going to be the second best fight of the night. Lesnar and Strowman is probably going to be the third best fight of the night, unless they really wow us, which I'm hoping they do. The women's match should be an interesting one, to say the very least. The cruiserweight match, I think it'll probably be like a 205 live type fight at best, and The Intercontinental match with Miz and Jordan, I think that could be a sleeper fight contender right there. Considering Jordan's been having some good matches lately. I mean, look at the matches he had with Cena and Roman. I mean, those were both really good. So I'm holding out hope. I'm holding out hope on that one. I see potential in that Jordan Miz fight. And the one has been Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt. I mean, I love both these guys. Don't get me wrong, but it's just I need to see something more out of these two. I want to see something better. So, but because of the firepower and the intensity and how great those three main event matches are going to be, I'm leaning 7.5 to 8 out of 10. So, all right, so that'll do it for this. We want to thank you all so very much for tuning in. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow night, immediately following the event, for our exclusive recap right back here on the Tone 25. Myself and Bullock will be here, but we should be joined by good old MF Michael Fletcher and Dee Woodson as well. And then Tuesday, of course, Cerebral Smack. And then Monday night, we have Ridiculously Raw. Tuesday, Cerebral Smack Talk. And Thursday, College Football Thursday. And then NFL Friday. So, all right. So that's it. So until our recap tomorrow night, Anthony Florio here for the Phenom Michael Bullock. And in spirit, good old MF Michael Fletcher, Dee Woodson, and Derek Ferreira. You know the routine, everybody. Thumbs up. Talk to you later. Yeah, throw it up Fortune 4 style. Bye for now, my friends. God bless. Be good to each other. Have a blessed Sunday. Enjoy all the football and enjoy No Mercy. And until tomorrow night, you've been watching the special edition of Ridiculously Raw, our 2017 No Mercy preview right here on the Tone 25 on YouTube.com. And remember, no matter what anyone tells you, wrestling is indeed actually real. Good night, everybody.